All right, everybody, this is Rell Cummings and Dane DeMayo. This is episode 7 of season 2 of Always Relevant Podcast. And like I said before, we got Dane DeMayo on. Dane, dude, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, not much. Good weekend of pro football for us. Looking like Ohio's going to be where it's at this year.
Yeah, it seems like that's going to be the case, man. Bengals, Browns holding it down. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Steelers struggling. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So we're going to get into it. As always, how are you? How are you really? I'm trying to think what even happened this past weekend, but I'll start off. How am I? I'm all right. I just hang out a little bit this weekend. Nothing too crazy or stressful, I don't think. I think Lee and I actually went out for some happy hour beverages on Friday, so that was good. The kids were gone a lot of the day on Saturday. Chilled out, hung out, watched a lot of football. Overall, how was I really? That was good. I said, watched a lot of football, hung out, grilled out some burgers and cheesy nuts yesterday, had leftovers today. Solid. Not mad. What about you, Dane? How are you? How are you really?
Oh, man, I'm good. You know, it's always good when the Browns win, Buckeyes win. Yeah, just a good weekend hanging out. Did some more cultural explorations. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, hitting up another festival we're going to talk about. Good stuff.
No, that's good, man. We're actually going to talk about it right now. Your trip to Celtic Fest. Tell us about it.
Celtic Fest was a good time. So it's held in Bethlehem, PA. Okay. So I headed out to do some more because, last weekend I was in New York City. I'm Italian, Catholic Italian. I go out there and do my thing and everything like that. So I go to Celtic Fest, which is obviously the Irish culture. Man, I love the Irish culture. Like, it's just a good time, man. You go out there. I went out for some shepherd's pie, and I ended up somehow with some fries with like chili on it or something. I don't know what it was, but, it was weird. But, then I had to eat a real shepherd's pie. So, right. Then I got my full fill of food. But
I'll say for shepherd's pie, man, it's just not my thing. My brother was all about it growing up. Not me, not my style.
Yeah, but there's a couple things that are very unique about the Irish culture, right?
Right.
Like they wear their kilts to the festival, right?
Yeah, they
wear the old school throwback wardrobe when they go to Celtic Fest. Like we're Italians, I don't wear a Roman toga to the Italian festival. You know what I mean? Like
maybe you also start though.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should. We should start wearing the togas. Yeah, the San Gennaro and stuff. But they wear the kilts. They're all dressed up for it. They're fired up, even if they're not Irish. And me, I don't look Irish at all. There's no way I'm pulling it off, but I at least wear a little green, get the spirit of everything.
Yeah.
So, I got a friend in a band, she's playing, and they start that epic, that Irish music. And you know what? All them years studying history and stuff, you always wonder, how are the Irish able to fight off, people like the Roman Empire and England stuff? It's not just the beer, it's the music. I mean, I was sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting into this, like folking, they're fired up. They're, they're playing all these instruments and stuff like that. I mean, you just want to charge down a hill with a broadsword, shirtless, right into some Roman legions, like fired up, man. I see how they did it now. You get them all worked up with some of that Irish music, get a couple Guinnesses in them, man, you'd be ready to charge into anything. So, yeah, so it was great. So I love the Irish. I love going out to Irish festivals. It's great party, great drinks. And that's where we're going to get into some drink of the week action. Right?
Yeah, because Lee, he's supposed to get us our drinks of the week, but he's failed us. He did not get us a drink for the week at all. So we're going to see if we can hit Lee on this podcast next week, and he can tell you the drink of the week himself. But we'll see what's good on that. Until then, Dane, tell us about your beverages of choice at Celtic Fest.
So the beverages of choice, there's a lot of people there, there's lines. So I come up with this one line, this guy, wearing a kilt like everybody else comes up to me and goes, hey, you can buy your beer right here. I was like, okay, what I got to do? So he said, well, it's cash only. Okay. He goes, I'm going to give you these chips and you go over there. I said, all right, I'll take a Miller Lite. It's like, no, it's not good for Miller Lite. Only good for these beers right here. So some Irish beers, right? You had Harp, you had Guinness, and you had Smithwick's. I said, all right.
Smithwick's.
So,
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. So all good choices. But, dude's sitting here collecting chips like randomly. There's a line right here. I'm sitting here thinking, dude, I'm going to give this dude some money. And then my, friends are behind me like, oh, we want to give this guy some money or what? This sounds shady. So I give him a $100 bill. He's got a swat of cash like this. He's like, dude, all right, gives me a change. go. He gives me these plastic coins, and the person's like, "Nah, I don't know what that is." I was like, "What?"
You got done. They got you.
Yeah, you can't trust the Irish, though. You can't trust them. Anybody with a kilt, don't buy any chips off of them. Shady. No, they're just messing with me. So my drink of the week is I got the Guinness. Can never go wrong with Guinness. I recommend everybody go to any Irish festival, no matter what nationality you are. They welcome everybody. It's a good time. So there's my drink of the week.
It's hard to drink Guinness all day, though. Having Guinness is it's heavy. It's heavy. So if you want to lighten it up a little bit, go for the Smittix. It's just as dark, but the taste is a little bit lighter. Remember that. Lee got me hooked on that back in the day. We saw it with the Irish pubs back in I don't know, 2006 or something like that. When he was living down there in Covington, Kentucky. So he never, well, maybe it was a little later now. Either way, he didn't steer me wrong. So I'll stand by it.
Yeah, the Irish don't mess around, man. They ain't got nothing that tastes like Miller Lite, none of that watery Bud Light stuff, none of that garbage we make in the United States. Harp, it's all good, man. And even mix it, black and tan, right? Get some Jameson with that. Oh, man. But yeah, excellent time, excellent festival there in Bethlehem, PA. I will continue my cultural explorations in Oktoberfest next weekend. I'll let you know how that goes. Get in a little German action here.
Yep, looking forward to hearing that for sure. Obviously, I'm around the Cincinnati area, so Oktoberfest will be up and going a lot of weekends throughout the month. Except the one in Newport, it actually got canceled. I think I sent you guys an article about that because they didn't have enough workers. You can imagine that. So
yeah, I seen that.
That was the case there. Hopefully it won't be the case for the rest of them, but obviously things are a little bit different nowadays. So, but we'll see how it goes from there. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the first segment, the college football rundown. Dane tells about the college football weekend and the haves and the have-nots and the goods and the bads, and let us know what's good.
So we'll start off with Ohio State, who played miserable Akron, which I'm going to get into a little later. You better believe it. But my hometown Saps, man, I feel so bad. But, Ohio State 59-7, played two different quarterbacks. The only thing I'll say about this game, because Akron doesn't deserve to be talked about much, is looks like Buckeyes have just announced Kyle McCord's going to be starting next game. I don't know if it's because Stroud's still injured or if he's not injured. They're trying somebody else. But we'll see what happens there. What's your thoughts?
I hope they didn't base it off of that game because I feel like Stroud would have done just as well as McCord did against Akron. Akron pretty much had an open door policy. Everybody's open, let everybody into the room, down the hall, whatever it is. Either way, Ohio State was running free. I feel like Stroud could have done just as well, if not better than McCord. So hope it's not based on that game. Maybe it's based on practice, based on feel, or whatever it is. I just hope it's not based on the actual game itself because if that's the case, Stroud faced a lot better competition than what McCord has. But, coach decision, we'll see what's good. Hopefully it won't mess with the young kids' heads too much. I mean, odds are by next year or 2 seasons from now, they're not going to be starting anyway because the kid from Texas is sitting there waiting that got past the senior in high school to enroll in school early. So, that's whatever there. But hopefully it doesn't mess them up too bad.
Yeah, and then we're going to move on to your game because I live pretty close to Rutgers, so I was like, some people around here were actually hyped about this game. That's how far Michigan's fallen. Is there's people that are Rutgers fans that were hyped about this game because they actually thought they could get it. They didn't get it. Michigan squeaks it out 2013. Though, tell us what happened.
I mean, honestly, Michigan was dominating the first half, and Rutgers. Both teams, there weren't a lot of penalties at first. There were no turnovers in the first half. Michigan, I felt like they were dominating the whole time. The last drive down, they probably should have scored a touchdown, ended up kick a field goal or whatever. As far as that probably would have put them up and put everything ahead. Unfortunately, that's just how it went down. But second half, Rutgers came out, man. They were fired up. They were playing good defense. The Michigan had got nothing going on offense at all whatsoever, and it was just bad. Michigan couldn't do anything. Rutgers was dominating on offense, and honestly, Rutgers went down. Michigan stopped them. It would have brought them to one score. They ended up trying to kick a field goal, and the field goal kicker missed it. So then they were still down by a touchdown or whatever. And after that, they turned the ball over for once on the very last drive, finally, and it was over. But the whole second half was dominated by Rutgers, and it was really their front seven really dominated Michigan's front offensive line, and Michigan couldn't run the ball at all, and they couldn't get any kind of rhythm going or establish anything. So I think part of that's play calling. I think the play caller could have called things a little bit different, Josh Gaddis. But either way, they weren't moving the ball and they weren't running straight head on, which makes me worry. Like, is Rutgers better? Yes. But is Rutgers like offensive or defensive line like Ohio State's defensive line athletically? No. So then it makes me wonder what's going to happen whenever, not even facing Ohio State, whenever Michigan plays like Wisconsin. You have the big boys up there, how they're going to handle that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
All right, let me ask you this. Who do you got next week? Is the Michigan preseason almost over? Is it going to last forever? You got another MAC team lined up? What do you got?
No, man. I think they're playing Wisconsin. They're playing Wisconsin, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were kind of an embarrassment, so we'll see what happens.
Well, they were solid for 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, it looked like it was a worse game than what it really was. They were in it with Notre Dame for a while, for sure. I think Wisconsin has quarterback issues, to be honest with you.
But what did I say last time? Other than Russell Wilson in the last 20 years, who have they had that could even play a remotely decent game at Wisconsin?
Yeah, no. And it was proven again. I mean, Notre Dame's quarterback isn't all that great. He came from Wisconsin, and he basically
should tell you everything.
He left there because Coach pretty much said we're going to go with this guy, and wasn't transparent about it. So he liked the way he made him feel about that. So I'm leaving and going to Notre Dame. So I'm surprised Notre Dame couldn't find a better quarterback, but they really haven't had a great quarterback in the last however many years either. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there as far as that.
So that game finished 41-13. Wisconsin went down hard.
Yeah.
Let's go over just a couple quick ones, some good games, some surprising games. The one that shocked me, I guess, Clemson hasn't looked that good. Clemson goes down to NC State 27-21. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, DJU couldn't pull it out, so Dabo Sweeney's out. He's in a rebuilding effort now, trying to get them back to where they were. So it's going to take a few years. Obviously, they're not what they were. Maybe they just couldn't reload fast enough this year. Maybe Trevor Lawrence covered up a lot of what their deficiencies were in the last couple of years. I don't know.
Especially last year, I think.
Yeah, I think especially last year. But year before, they had a lot of athletes on defense, but especially last year, their offense covered up a lot of their deficiencies, and now everybody's kind of catching up a little bit. So, we'll see what happens. But, I'm excited to see other teams in the playoffs besides Clemson.
Yeah. So Alabama won big, nothing to talk about there. Now, Michigan State's on my radar now, and even Nebraska a little bit. This ended up being a good game. Michigan State wins 23-20 in overtime. Physical football, Big Ten football. What'd you think?
Hey, talking about Messin With Money, hey, Scott Frost is hanging in there. He's going to have them believing because everybody's like, should we fire him after game 2 this season? Well, you know what? I think they're turning around. I think they're turning the corner. I think they're going to be better than what people think. I think you should give him at least another couple years to get everything in place. Nebraska's a hard place to recruit to. Before, they always recruited in Texas. They always have those corn-fed boys out there in Nebraska. They're big and everything like that. So it's going to take a little more time to get them back up and running. But overall, I mean, it was smash mouth. It was close, and I hope the teams are both like actually good. That's what I hope. I hope it's not like 2 mediocre teams that are just beating on each other. I think they're physical. I think they're good. I just have to see them play more teams to be sure. I think Nebraska's definitely better than what they were.
Yeah, but the problem with Frost is Martinez, this is his last year, so now he's going to have to find a quarterback next year, so he really needs a strong finish now.
Well, he had one of the McCaffrey brothers, but he transferred. So because he felt like he should start already, which is probably true because he's pretty dynamic.
Yeah, so is Martinez, though. But, we'll see what happens. I'm impressed with Michigan State because that program was in the dumps, and they got a new coach, and he deserves some props.
Yeah.
How about my boy Chip Kelly coming back, taking care of Stanford, 35-24. I hate talking Pac-12, but Chip Kelly fascinates me. So that's what we got. What do you think?
Their quarterback's dynamic. I forget his name. I know he goes by 3 names or whatever. But he's good. He did get hurt. I wanted to see how bad his injury is. Look, it was right in his throwing shoulder. So without him, they don't go anywhere. If he's hurt, you can just mark UCLA off the list and start losing games because he is their offense.
Yeah, it's a good game for UCLA though. I mean, Stanford just got done whooping USC last week. So
I'll
take that. I'll take that win. This is the other team that's on the radar. Deserves some respect. We tried to get Paul Feinbaum on the show, but I heard he was busy doing Saban's laundry.
Yeah,
yeah, I think he had to go make coffee runs for him and stuff. So couldn't get him on. Maybe next week. But Arkansas 20-10 over Texas A&M. What do you think?
Hey, Arkansas are coming in. They're being physical. They're playing bully ball. I love it. That's how the SEC should have been.
Yes.
Has always been. They never changed from what they were, and to come out. And maybe Texas is better than what we thought they were. Maybe Arkansas is just that good and just bullied Texas like they did. They bullied Texas A&M. The Texas A&M short on quarterback play. Either way, Arkansas's coming out. They're just being more physical than people, man. That's crazy.
Texas A&M's been squeaking by on their games. They can't score. And the big boys, Arkansas Razorbacks, I love the way they're playing football, man. Arkansas, we got to watch. Penn State took care of Villanova, which isn't no pushover. Villanova's traditionally a power in FCS, but a good win for them. Iowa beat Colorado State at home, 24-14. They got them ranked number 5 because they played a pretty difficult schedule, but it's so hard to tell right now. It seems like Alabama and everybody else. I
think Iowa's better on defense than offense right now. I don't know if the offense can move the ball against a solid defense.
We'll have to look at their schedule. If they get the big boys at home, if they got the tough games at home, like Wisconsin, Iowa's one of the best home teams out there.
They are. You're right.
So it depends on where their games are. We'll have to keep an eye on them. And dang it, I wish Oklahoma would go down. I can't wait to go off on them, but they squeaked West Virginia.
The crowd was chanting for the backup quarterback's name. Chanting, we want Caleb. I mean, how's Sherratt feel about that? It's gotta. He says, hey, they're not out here playing, blah blah blah, whatever else. Either way, you're out there and your fans supposed to cheer for you. It's supposed to be your Heisman Trophy year, and they're cheering for the backup quarterback. It's got to do something to you.
Yeah. So, and then so those are some of the games. But it's turning into a fascinating season. Alabama's had a tough game, so I just can't wait till they got to start playing somebody. They like that long preseason, like Michigan.
I think more up in the air. I look forward next week to UC Notre Dame. I want to see how good UC really is.
So I want you real quick to finish up our college segment. What's your thoughts on dude quitting in the middle of the game and then tweeting out F Ohio State?
To me, that's just garbage. Like, I don't care how you feel. I don't care how mad you are. You can be upset. Like, you're not going to walk out of your team in the middle of the game. I don't care who you are or how mad you are at the situation. Like, you have friends on your team, boys on the team. You're not mad at them. You're mad at the coaching staff. So at least stay out there for them because, you want to be there for them regardless. So, I don't know. I think it was janky. I wouldn't have done it. If he was my teammate at this point in time, man, you walked out, dude. You can go ahead and go. Go ahead and just submit your papers. I don't care. Transfer. Do what you want. But,
so Ryan Day said he's still going to have access to all the stuff students have access to, and I guess he's going to remain on scholarship for this semester. The key is this semester.
Oh, this semester, right? Yeah.
He's a senior, so now he's going to have to go in that last semester if he even sticks around. And how embarrassed would you be to stick around, man? This guy's a senior and did this. It's rough, man. I actually feel bad for the guy, even though it was a terrible decision. It just can't do it,
And maybe he's told something and something else was done on the field that he wasn't expecting. I don't know the whole situation, but he's a senior. He needs to act better than that.
Yeah, he should know better, right? He's no freshman. I agree.
Right,
yeah.
He's no freshman. You expect those kind of actions from younger players or whatever. Then you kind of talk to them, make them learn from their mistakes and get them back on board or whatever that is. But he's senior. He knows how the program is. You're in a top flight program. You have younger players coming in that can play. Bunch of 5-stars around you. If you're a senior and you're not starting, odds are, you're a good player, but you're at Ohio State. So
if you're not starting as a sophomore at Ohio State, you're probably never going to see the field, right?
That's probably true.
Special teams.
Yep.
All right, man. So let's talk about the good stuff.
Who day?
All right, we'll start with the Bengals. All right, I'll give you, since you guys smoked the Steelers, let's start with the Bengals today. What we got?
Now, granted, the Steelers are undermanned. They had a lot of players hurt on defense. I think the Bengals came out and they did what they should have against the Steelers. They showed them not a pushover. They dominated the line of scrimmage. They made plays how they had to. Joe Burrow looked good on 2 touchdown passes to Jamar Chase. He threw another touchdown pass to Tyler Boyd. They look solid, and I'm not mad about it against the Steelers team that was down. If the Steelers team that's down, the Bengals did what they were supposed to do. Now, the Steelers team at full strength, we'll see what happens as far as that. Could be more of a contest, but overall, as you can tell, Big Ben just looks old, man. He looks old. I don't know if you watched it.
No, he's done. I watched the game closely. I had it on. I was watching all the games. There were 7 TVs lined up. We were watching all the games.
Yeah.
And we had the Bengals game, Steelers right next to the Browns.
And he threw for 300+ yards. Don't get me wrong. He threw the ball a lot.
No, but you know what? That doesn't matter. Yards don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, we've had this conversation before. Like when we're talking about Deshaun Watson, how good he is. He led the league in passing. Everybody who's in last place leads the league in passing because you stink. So you're throwing the ball because you're behind, right? I don't want to hear about yards anymore, right? Burrow's had 172 yards, but who cares? He had 3 touchdowns, right? 1 interception. Mixon, what do we get? Mixon 18 yards, 90 yards on 18 carries. Pretty good average. You know me, I'm a fan of Mixon. He can play.
Yeah.
Chase only had 65 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns, right? Making plays. Roethlisberger, 318 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Both interceptions were awful. Like,
bad.
Just bad. Like, he
you
looks
bad interceptions. You can see if you watch in slow-mo and he's going back to pass. Normally, Big Ben's known for looking down the field and hanging in the pocket as long as possible, finding those receivers late. Well, now you see him looking out the rush. You know what I mean? He's looking.
That's because they can't protect him. They don't block. They let all their linemen go.
So, like, he's looking at guys coming, and he curled up early because he saw the guy coming. He saw his player get beat, and normally he's standing in there and shrugging off. Now he's worried about getting hit, man. So,
and you know what? The Steelers, and a lot of this has been said on these shows, deserve everything they're getting because they never found their successor. That's what GMs are supposed to do. So Roethlisberger had him by the you-know-what because they had nobody else, and he was able to squeeze another couple $23 million out of him this year, knowing dang well he's done. He's done. It's bad. I don't know how they beat Buffalo week 1. I mean, I don't know how that happened.
I don't either. I have no idea either. But you know what? Give props to Najee Harris because there's no offensive line. That's where that dude never lets the first guy tackle him ever. Like, I felt bad for him because he just always had bodies coming his way. But he makes dudes miss. He'll run over dudes. Now, granted, he didn't drop like 4 or 5 passes yesterday, but he's on the field all 3 downs, but he doesn't come off the field. And if he gets any kind of offensive line, he's going to be such a good back. It's crazy.
But one of the things watching that game is it's not just that the Steelers suck, which I love it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bengals were getting after it on defense, getting to him, putting the pressure on. I mean, the Steelers, I don't know where the Steelers go at this point. It's a lost season. Probably looking at the quarterback class. I don't know. Do you put Haskins in there at some point if you're out of it? What do you do?
I mean, I don't put him in there, but like they have what's his name? The guy that went to Oklahoma State, big.
That dude, why is he still in the league?
I don't know.
He can't play. He's proven he can't play. They should have kept
out there.
Duck caller.
They still have Josh Dobbs on the team. Remember Josh Dobbs played at Tennessee?
Yeah, from Tennessee.
Yeah, and then they have Haskins, which, I mean, he wasn't even dressed. So take that for what you will.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's bad, and I love all of it. So, all right. Let's go on
to your Brownies.
Let's get into it. So the Browns still looking a little shaky at first, but they won basically kind of how their formula is, right? They play physical football and they wear you down, and the Bears defense quit. Now, someone who's played defense before, knowing your offense is going to go out there and come off the field 3 plays later, you eventually get a little tired. It's just human nature. The Bears have an awesome defense. Their front seven is
for real.
Yeah. But the bottom line is they got tired because their offense stinks. So I feel bad for Justin Fields. He was sacked 9 times. But the Browns defensive line's monstrous. Myles Garrett, 4.5 sacks. That's crazy, right?
Yep.
Puts himself already in the defensive player of the year candidate argument. You know what I mean? Clowney was just throwing people around.
Yeah.
But you know what? Other teams adjusted to the Browns rush, right? They made adjustments. They double teamed. You're always chipping.
Give them more protection.
Matt Nagy's going to get someone killed. All right.
Agreed.
I mean, now I'm wondering, why did Foles fail so bad? Why did Mitch Trubisky fail so bad? That play calling was awesome. Now, I usually don't watch the Bears because they're irrelevant. No one cares. But they suck, and it's because of their coach. I mean, I watched a lot of shows. We talked earlier today. I agree with what a lot of people are saying. The first thing I thought is he should be fired this morning.
Right now.
He's going to get somebody killed. He's going to get somebody killed. Did you see Fields on the sideline? Did you see that face? Like, my God, dude. Nobody's blocking Clowney and Myles Garrett. You know what I mean?
I mean, and he got no help. They just left their their 5 offensive linemen out there like by themselves. I mean, get a tight end in there, keep him in the block, keep the running back in the block, give him max protection, help him out. He has Allen Robinson on the field. Allen Robinson can catch balls in double coverage. He has time to throw it. He has no time, you know.
Yeah. So this game was just as much about the Browns as it was a sorry coaching. I don't know if Myles Garrett and Clowney were listening to that Irish music I was listening to this weekend or what, because they were coming.
No, he wasn't listening to it.
So, the bad news is Newsom II hurt his calf, the rookie corner, first round pick. Haven't seen any update on that yet, how long he'll be out, but that's kind of a loss because they're already a little sketchy in the secondary. Hunt had 10 carries, 81 yards. He was a beast. Did you see that one touchdown run?
Yeah, that was good. I was mad because Chubb had like 84 yards rushing and no touchdowns. He scored
he scored the one touchdown and he had the 8.1 yards per carry. Chubb was 22 carries, 84 yards, 3.8. Hunt's looked like the better back so far. We'll see what happens.
I think Hunt's just the more, dynamic back where, Chubb, if Chubb was by himself in the offense without Hunt there, he would just wear teams down. Come fourth quarter, he'd be running free, because he's like that. But, with him and Hunt there, Hunt can make those plays out the backfield. He's a little flashier when he runs and everything, a little more excitable to watch. But, Nick Chubb's a guy, he's just like your locomotive, man. You can just give him the ball and he'll just keep toting the rock. He'll just wear teams down.
Yeah,
so
Mayfield.
It's just different styles.
Mayfield played a safe game, 246, 1 touchdown. We got to talk about the return of OBJ. He looked good, man.
Man, that's one thing. I was mad about it. Caden's like, man, OBJ's back. Odell Beckham Jr., my son Caden. But, dude, why do you like that dude so much? He's made one
dynamic, man.
He's made one big catch that everybody remembers. That's it.
Dynamic and a lot of personality.
It. Yeah.
Sells T-shirts.
Other than that, dude is, in my opinion, overrated. You hear it from me first, right here. Overrated.
So did you realize in this game that the Bears had 47 yards? I think it's the lowest since 2004 in a game. I think they had crazy. 1 net passing yard.
That's crazy.
That's just how that guy still has a job today. I have no idea. I would have been embarrassed to come back into the office. I'm so fired up, though. I got my 1986 painter's cap on.
I know, you're hyped.
From the Browns, throwback to the good old days. So I'm hyped. I'll tell you what. Some of Stefanski's had some sketchy calls. Going for it on 4th early. I love his aggressiveness. I don't know if you do that because they were having some trouble, you know what I mean, with the Bears defense.
Right.
But
at the end of his defense against the Bears, though. That's the thing. Like,
I was just going to say that. So he was getting a lot of criticism for his coaching, but the bottom line was he knew the Bears weren't going to score. I mean,
right.
Plus, Sid Luckman's coming back from the grave. They haven't had a quarterback since the black and white days. I mean,
hey, Jim Harbaugh was decent.
Oh, come on, man. I don't want to hear about Harbaugh unless he's coaching at West Virginia next year or something. All right, what we got? So, we had some good games. Any other pro games you want to talk about that Aaron Rodgers game last night?
Hey, Aaron Rodgers came through. Let's talk about Justin Tucker set NFL record with 66-yard field goal in the dome. Hey, no win, no nothing, just straight mashed it for a game winner too. Hey, I give him props.
I was so excited. My day was almost perfect that the Steelers got destroyed. If the Lions would have beat the Ravens, that would have made the perfect Sunday for me almost. I mean, and you know what's bad about it? So you know what? I'm going to trash the Lions real quick, right?
All right, yeah.
It's 3 plays in a row. You sack Lamar Jackson. I literally think they sacked him 3 plays in a row. I'm watching the end of this game. Then you decide to rush 3 people and do man coverage on 4th down and 19.
Right.
Right away, whoever made that call should be fired. He should be down in Cancun right now, done. So Lamar Jackson sits back.
2 over top, right?
Huh?
That man coverage with 2 over top, right?
Yeah, but you know what? And then there's this thing that Lamar can't throw, which is garbage. He has a nice ball. I mean, I've seen it at Louisville. So what's he do? He drops a dime right in there over the defense, gets it close enough. Then the refs miss a delay of game call 2 seconds past it. They would have made it a 71. You don't even try it, right?
Right.
And then dude hits a 66-yard field goal. And I'm sitting there, right? And I'm watching this, and somebody says, "Who wants to bet on this kick? $20 kick." I should have took the whole room and said, $20, everybody. If he misses it, I'll pay you all $20. If he makes it, I'll take 20. I didn't do it. I should have done it because he's the GOAT of kicking, and he knocked that thing through.
If anybody was going to do it, it's going to be him. Dude rarely misses. He hasn't missed in the fourth quarter overtime for I don't know how long, but it's been a long time to get the stat. Either way, dude's solid. He's
16 for 16 in the fourth quarter or something like that.
So, hey, I give him props though, man. That was a nice kick. You know, he hit the crossbar. He needed every yard of it, but it still counts. Did it in the game.
He saved Lamar Jackson from so much criticism today. I mean, that's how much one play matters. And you got a guy like Tuck kicking for you. Oh, man. You know, he's just knocking it through and then singing his opera, dude, just doing his thing. I mean, that's
what he does, man. That's what he does.
Money. So that's pretty much the AFC North today. Aaron Rodgers looked good. Big win over the Niners. Seahawks look like garbage. Tennessee looked pretty good. I'll tell you what. You know who sucks? You know who sucks? New York sucks. How's it feel to have two awful teams?
And me and him been dealing with it for a while. The state of New York is Buffalo. They're still holding it down.
Buffalo's so far away, it's like a different state, right? I mean, that's how far away it is from New York City. For me to drive to Buffalo right now would take me almost as long as it takes to get to Cleveland. It'd take me 5.5 hours to get to Buffalo from where I'm at right now.
I can get there in like 6.
Huh?
I can get there like in 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's not even New York. That's like Midwest, man. Buffalo shouldn't even count as East Coast. That's like Midwest up there.
It's kind of true.
It's right next door to Cleveland. They should be in Cleveland's division. But anyway, how about them Jets and Giants? Woo, it's ugly. It's ugly. I've never seen football so bad as that Atlanta Giants game. And then the Giants lost at home. Big problems in New York.
Hey, Danny Dimes is a great nickname. Problem is, you can't live up to it.
Yeah, man. If you call Danny Dimes, man, people are going to expect stuff out of you.
Right? Yeah, that name's got to be dropped for sure. Yeah, Mark came back. He's looking better, but they have no offensive line, so it is what it is.
Yeah, and that Zach Wilson's going to get killed. I think the Jets are as bad as I've ever seen them.
Hey,
they might not win a game.
Sam Darnold's looking good down there in Carolina, though. You got a new start, new day for him.
Telling you, man, it ain't like the NBA. Coaching wins. They do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Coaching wins.
I agree. All right,
you got to have that quarterback, but coaching wins.
Hey, real quick, AFC West. Justin Herbert, 4 touchdowns. All the teams in the West are solid. Kansas City's the one that's 1-3 or 1-2, whatever they are. They're behind the 8 ball. They got to figure it out. I'm sure they will. They can score people. Problem is they can't stop anybody. So Patrick Mahomes, Kyrie Kill, Travis Kelce, better drop 40 a game.
How about Jacoby Brissett for Miami? That's gonna make some people think. They gave the Raiders a game when we're scoring some points when they haven't been able to score. So I'll be interested to see what they do there because he has a lot of experience with his Colts days. So, but Derek Carr's balling, man.
Derek Carr's balling. It just shows how much further Tua has to go. As far as his maturity in the league. So, and
you know what's what makes me mad? Because you're the same boat. I hate being completely wrong. And Justin Herbert's balling.
I know. Hey, I'll admit again, I was wrong about Justin Herbert. I thought he was going to be overrated. No, dude's out there.
No, I thought he was Mariota with just 3 inches taller.
Hey, he looks the quarterback role. He's looking good this year. He's got a strong arm. He's got a young supporting cast. Chargers going to be for real, man.
I think that's the future, man. These big-ass quarterbacks like Josh Allen and Justin Herbert that can run you over, not get sacked easy because those dudes ain't going down with just a shoulder shrug.
No, you know what I mean? Do that.
You got to get to them. Like, these dudes, that Trey Lance, look at how big he is in San Francisco.
I didn't realize he was 6'4". First of all, I thought he was
big.
I thought he was like a typical FCS quarterback, 6 foot, 6'1", whatever.
Wow, he's big.
He's a big dude. Didn't realize that.
That's why I will stand by I said Zach Wilson was going to be a bust, not just because of being with the Jets, but that helps. But I just didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it either.
I didn't see it either.
50 balls at BYU. But
yeah, so being with the Jets definitely secures that thought. But you know, it's early. It's early in the season. A lot of weird stuff's happened. Like I said, Pittsburgh beat Buffalo somehow in another dimension, another world. It feels like 8 years ago at this point. But you know, that's what we got. So
what we got now? What, the MLB? Doing a quick MLB rundown?
Yeah, we got to talk some baseball because what I said at the start of us when we came back here with season 2, I said the Yankees were going to overtake first place and they're going to win the World Series. I stand by my prediction that the evil empire is going to get it done. I hate it, but it's going to happen.
My money's still on the Dodgers. I picked the Dodgers. I'm sticking with it.
Sticking with it. Now, the Cardinals, let's talk Cardinals here because the Reds are done. They're dead. I don't know if you want to have a funeral for them right now, but it's over. The Cardinals won 16 in a row. The Phillies are done. Slam Diego's got big problems. Matter of fact, you know what? With the Reds, at least they didn't spend a gazillion dollars on their team and not make the playoffs like the Phillies.
If they did, though, they'd probably be in the playoffs right now.
Would.
If they spent some money on any kind of relief pitching, they would be in the playoffs, hands down.
Yeah, so talk to us about that letter. Someone tweeted it back out about that.
Oh, man,
what am I always saying?
I saw it, and it was from the owner back in 2007 when he bought the team.
I remember.
He bought the team for $270 million, right? Now the team is valued over $1 billion. This is one of the oldest, if not the oldest franchise in baseball. And so, I mean, people should care about it. They have a loyal fan base. It is in a smaller market, but the fans will show up, especially if you put a little money in the team, because the team was good this year. The team was solid. They lost so many games because of the bullpen. It was terrible. It wasn't because they couldn't hit. They're top 5 in major leagues in hitting. It's just
did nothing at the deadline. Did nothing at the deadline.
Did nothing. I mean, the way he did wasn't enough. And what they did in the offseason wasn't enough. He could have done a little bit in both, and they would be in the playoffs right now. I guarantee it. They had the talent. They had the whatever. Now, Castellanos probably going to go somewhere else, which you can try to fill in his bat or whatever. Winker's probably going somewhere else. Votto's getting old. There'll be a lot of young kids coming through the system. I don't know what's going to happen. But, yeah, Reds are done. They shouldn't be. It's disappointing because they were excited to watch, win a few games this year. It's just disappointing, man. And the owner said he would spend whatever money he took to get the Reds relevant and get them good again. Well, lies. It's all lies. He's not doing that. He's pulling the Mike Brown, Bengals owner. Same thing. Mike Brown won't spend any money either. He needs to go ahead and let his daughter run that organization too, because she's willing to do some things to bring some good talent in that organization to make them a contender. And the Castellini thing, he needs to do the same, spend money on some players, or sell the organization to someone that will.
What I see, the Reds are worth $1 billion now?
Yes. They're worth $1 billion. And he will not spend any money.
You need to print that letter out, and you and your kids need to go down to the stadium and hang it up all over the place. Just get everybody riled up. You know what I mean?
It'll be horrible.
Yeah. Then you can have fist fights in the parking lot like the Browns games. So
hey, we're classier down here in Southwest Ohio than Northwest Ohio people.
You know what? Like, in all seriousness, they need to knock it off because they're gonna cut off the tailgate and the cops aren't gonna let you in. Like that fight after the game was crazy.
We're talking about after the Browns Bears game. Fans, I thought was like the outnumbered Bears fans. It's like, why are you fighting Bears fans? Like you beat the Bears. What are you mad about? You should be happy. You should be a happy drunk and go hang out and have a good time and celebrate.
So now you've had 2 home games and 2 major fights in the start of the season. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to ruin it for everybody, you know? Right. So they need to knock that stuff off. I'm coming to the game against the Cardinals, all right? Everybody better behave, all right?
If not,
don't get me in some scrape. I'm too old, man. I don't be brawling with somebody, you know what I mean?
That's
I think
true.
Last time we got into some action, that game was a Dwayne Rudd throwing helmet when I was at that one like 15 years ago, whenever that was, 17. So, yeah, everybody just started fighting because no one knew what happened at the end of that game. But hopefully those dark days are over. But stop fighting. You look like an idiot, right? You don't even look good. Like you get on camera and you're slugging somebody who ain't looking, you look like an idiot.
That's true. Yeah, so true.
At least squaring them up like they were the previous week, not a bunch of cheap shots.
Yeah, hitting them and running out. It was terrible, man. It was bad.
Yeah. So knock off the fighting. All right. What we got?
All right. Here's something for you. How to save the hospitality industry? What's going on? What's wrong with the hospitality industry?
Oh my God!
Hotels, restaurants, fast food restaurants, Lyft or Uber drivers. What's going on with our industry, man? Used to be solid. Used to be able to count on it. It's going downhill.
Oh man. So after Celtic Fest on Saturday, we usually like me and my girlfriend like to go out on Sunday nights, get some dinner, go out to eat or something like that, have a few drinks.
Yep.
And what was it? We can't even decide where we want to go because there's so many places that aren't even open on Sundays anymore. So the conversation nowadays is not like, I want to go here and let's go. The conversation is, where can we go and actually get served at a table within 2 hours, right? Because it's just crazy. Where can we go where they're not going to totally ruin the food, right? I even joked that we should go to Sheets and just sit on their picnic tables out there because at least I know I'm going to get my food, right? So, we go downtown Bethlehem again, right? Because we're in the area. And there's a bunch of restaurants down there. There's a ton of people sitting outside, right? Nobody's got food, right? Like, are they just holding down tables or what?
Right.
Go to this one place, right? This is how, it's just awful, right? You already can't get served at McDonald's in my area. I told you I had the one great experience, like an out-of-body experience. Getting a good McDonald's meal is just insane, right?
You're in a good mood that day.
Yeah, I was in a good mood. I actually got served. Today I'm in a foul mood because they still can't get this stuff right? So we go to this restaurant. I'm not going to call anybody out by name, but I'm sitting at this girl comes out. She says, "Well, I'll have a server right with you." 15 minutes later, I'm still sitting outside with the dog. Came and get a water, right? Nobody comes by. I just left the menus on the table. Peace, right? Go walk around. Everywhere's full. Nobody's got food, right?
Right.
Go to the brewery place. They usually have a good burger and fries. This one brewery right downtown. Like I said, I won't call people out. Go in there. There's all the seats outside are, empty. Go inside. There's people there. Hey, we want to sit outside. I don't have any staffing tonight, so we're not going to do the patio. So let me get this straight, knucklehead. Everybody's sitting outside because it's beautiful out. Nobody wants to sit inside. So you got 5 people standing there talking to each other that obviously work there, right? There's like 5 people inside and you don't staff for outside. Come on, man, get real. So we leave that place, go down to this other place. It wasn't that busy. There's like maybe 12 people here. It's like a sports bar now. It used to be a club sports bar now, right? At least we get served there. I get a margarita. It's awful. It's like just awful. I wanted to call, I wish I had John Tapper's number because he needs to do a whole series of bar rescue out here. He could do a whole season of bar rescue out here. Not even that, just get a room right there in Hotel Bethlehem and just save the whole city because it sucks. Right? So sit down, and I wish somehow on the YouTube channel, you got to get the mozzarella sticks on there and show these people the mozzarella sticks they served my girlfriend. I was like, yo, mozzarella sticks aren't supposed to be black. Like, change your grease, bro. She's like, oh, sorry. Oh, and then, the way in the waitress' defense, she was super nice, right? I'm not mean to her. I'm that type of person. I know I get mad, tell you the bad experiences, but I'm that type of person that sits down. If it's awful, I just never go there again. I tip, don't make a scene, go. My girlfriend, no, man, she's a bulldog. She's like, really? Like, you're going to serve me these? And I'm like, oh, man.
The way she's probably walking, thinking like, oh, man, this can be so terrible when I hand them this food. They know that this looks terrible and we need to change the grease because the cheese sticks look extra dark.
Man. and Jackie, so like, so they were like, can we get silverware? Like, they bring out the plates, there's no silverware. And this is like the 5th time we've gone out to eat this happens. So bring the food out, and there's no silverware and there's no napkins, right? So they bring us out silverware that's got food all over it and 1 napkin. Like, this is not a staffing problem, people. Quit blaming staffing. This is I don't know what kind of problem is. I don't give a F problem.
Try to be frugal.
So let me ask you this: like, you're working for tips, right? Are you going to bring out somebody with dirty silverware and 1 napkin? I hate to be the doom and gloom person, right?
If I have to, I'd really take the extra minute, go back on hand wash the silverware.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
it's worth that time.
So, like I said, I don't want to make a scene, right? My cheesesteak was freaking awful, terrible. And me, I'll eat anything. I ain't finished it. I ate like half of it. It was gross. And then the only thing that was good was the fries, and the nachos weren't bad, but who knows what the plate looked like that they put the nachos on before I got it. So the manager literally said, yeah, I think they're a little extra crispy. Crispy? A little extra crispy? Like, yo, change your grease. Like, I worked at Burger King. I know a little bit about the food back in the day. You know, the high school job, you know, everybody had one, hopefully. And like, yo, change your grease. It's gross. If I see another black tender in the Lehigh Valley, I'm going to lose it. Chicken nuggets aren't supposed to be black. Chicken fingers are not supposed to be black. If there's two people at a table, give them 2 napkins. If there's... What do we got to do to save the hospitality world needs saved? You can't even get an Uber anymore anywhere, right? I'm in Ocean City. Remember I was telling you about Ocean City? I'm down in Ocean City, Maryland, and we walked like 72 blocks to go to the boardwalk after we were at Secrets, thinking I could get a ride back. I told you we couldn't get an Uber, couldn't get a cab, nothing. I was literally ready to go to the first place with vacancy and get a room because I can't even get an Uber ride, right? What is going on out here, people? What is going on? We need to save the hospitality industry.
Hey, that's why we're going to try to bring Lee on next week because he's in the hospitality industry. Hopefully, he has some answers for us. It'd be nice if you did. Don't know because I don't know what's going on. It's gone downhill. I know a lot of places the servers, you know, the client or the the employees there, it's decreased. I get it. We understand it. But some things like your cheese sticks you had, change the grease. It's not that hard to do. It's you don't have to do it. I forget how often you're supposed to do it. Either way, I mean, I think we did it every day as far as doing that. But like, change the grease. You don't want dirty grease in there.
When's the last time you've got a DoorDash order that's been right or actually has some napkins in the bag? Tell me, when's the last time? Or even a fork for something.
It's like usually if it's right, there's no napkins. If there's napkins and like sauces, it's not right. So
I've gotten to the point where I'm going to lose weight just because I can't get served anywhere, which is probably a good thing, but that's what it's coming to. I literally think there might be a big conspiracy in the hospitality industry to kill obesity by not feeding anybody, making you wait at a table for 2 hours.
Might be true. It might be true.
Man.
And one thing I will say is, Lynn and I went to Eddie Merlot, a restaurant, Friday night in Cincinnati. Solid. It was great service, great food. Nice restaurant I went to. I had a ribeye steak, 16-ounce ribeye, cooked perfectly medium. Had great mashed potatoes with it, great drinks.
Did you say the place? What place was it? You guys tell us where it's at?
Eddie Merlot.
Okay.
Eddie Merlot, aged beef and seafood restaurant. It's in Cincinnati on the northeast side of Montgomery. So lots of nice restaurants over there. We went there to celebrate anniversary. It was good times, good food. I'm not mad at that place, but I wouldn't expect their service to be anything less. So, but yeah, other than that though, the struggle is real out here, man.
So you know what? Okay, I got it, right? Like you might be short-staffed stuff, but why don't you start thinking outside the box, right? Why can't I go up to a table, scan the thing, and order the food on my phone? Cut some staffing out, right? I know it kills the waiter experience, customer experience or something, but like, why is someone not thinking outside the box? I mean, this one restaurant's expensive. We stopped at the other last night, and you couldn't even read the menu because the menu they gave you had been rubbed off so much. I was like, couldn't even see the entrees. Like, what is going on, people?
A lot of restaurants aren't even giving. A lot of restaurants aren't even giving menus now. They just give you the things to scan.
Yeah, and I think that's smart. I'm good with that. Yeah, sure. I'm fine with that, man. So I want to scan it and I want to order on it too, right? Because I'm tired. There's no servers. Like, this is insane, right? So I need John Taffer of Bar Rescue, my favorite show, to come out here and rescue the entire Eastern Pennsylvania, Western New Jersey block. The whole area needs saved. You need to come out from Vegas and do 2 seasons out here and save this place, because I'm going to lose 30 pounds here in the next week because I'm not going out anymore. I can't even get a meal, right? You can't even, like, if you want to stop somewhere around here to get breakfast before you go to work or something, you got to leave 2 hours early.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm off my soapbox now, but I want people to give us ideas on how we can save the hospitality industry, because I like to go out to dinner, and I have gotten to the point now where I'm sitting there and I can't even figure out where I want to go because I don't know who's not going to screw everything up.
we will post the question to our social media. We'll post to our Facebook page.
Yes.
We'll post it to Twitter, and we'll see however else we can post it out there to get everybody's perspectives on how we can save the hospitality industry around our country.
So one more thing too, before you people respond to the question, I don't want to hear about understaffing, because when there's 10 people in the restaurant and there's 2 servers, they should be able to handle it. So
agreed.
Yeah. How many times are you hearing the staffing excuse now, but everybody's screwing around, right? Like, man, I'll tell you what, I'm glad I don't own a restaurant, because I wouldn't have the patience for this.
No, I wouldn't either, man. I wouldn't either. All right, let's move it on, man. Let's move it on. Hey, we'll try to bring Lee back. Maybe he has some insight for us, since he's been a restaurant manager, bar manager, and been in that life for a minute. So
I have to get Jackie on too. Maybe even Jackie. We know a lot of people in this industry. We need people to help us save the industry.
Yeah, Elena too. She's been in the industry as well. So we'll try to bring them on, see if they can give us any kind of pointers.
Yeah, I don't care. We got to have a round table. I don't care if we devote a whole episode to it. We got to save it, because I want to go out to eat.
Yeah, you keep remember Dane. His whole premise: food. If he's full, he's happy. You guys witnessed it last week. He's in way better mood. This week, he's not in a good mood. Why? Because he's still hungry. He can't eat.
I'm still hungry.
You know what? He needs food. Help him out.
You know what? I'm going to shout out one place in this area, Big Lots, because I actually got in there today and they had somebody working there where I could actually buy something and leave. Great job, Big Lots. Thank you.
All right. We're moving on. Rapid fire topics. This or that edition. Dane,
oh, yeah.
Questions are mine. I think you're asking the questions, aren't you?
I love putting you on the spot, man. This is my favorite part of the show here.
Terrible idea. Right. Terrible.
All right, here we go. Because I get the answer, but I already know the questions. That's why it's fun.
All right.
This or that. You know how it goes. Tell me which way you're going.
You got to pick one or the other. That's it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
One that's close to my heart. Christine versus Brittany.
Christina versus Brittany?
Yeah.
Brittany.
It's always Brittany. 99 out of 99 times, I'm going to go Brittany.
Brittany's the original. Brittany can dance. I was like Brittany. Hey, Team Brittany over here. Let's go.
Team Brittany. Free Brittany. Get her paid. All right. What we got? Monica versus Brandy from our.
All right. So if we're talking about when I was growing up, when I was young, like when I was 13, 14 years old, Brandy. But nowadays, Monica, hands down.
Yeah, I'm going Monica all day long. All right, here's a tough one for you. Well, maybe not. Depends on what you like. Tony Braxton versus Mary J. Blige.
Me, Mary J. Blige. I'm not a Tony Braxton fan. Never have been. I'm good.
Yeah, but man, you ever seen that video with her and Dr. Dre in it?
I mean, I get it. But she just
Tony Braxton was so fire back in the day. She broke up a Dallas Mavericks team of Jason Kidd, Jimmy Jackson, and Jamal Mashburn. Can you imagine what a team could have done? That's what kind of fire that was back in the day.
Hey, know what? Yeah, she's got to go. Mary J. Blige, real one.
Mary J. Blige. Yep. All right. Bud Light versus Miller Light.
I'm a Bud Light guy.
Bud Light. All right.
Miller. Aftertaste. I'm good.
All right. What else we got here? Snapback or fitted?
Fitted all day, every day.
Yes, I agree.
Got the 5950 New Era hats, holding it down all day.
This type of hat, I don't think they've made since the 80s. It's actually got a bunch of dust on it. Look at that.
Reminds me of Mario Brothers.
Had to pull this one out deep in the closet. All right, what do we got here?
What I think about painter's hat.
Here's a tough one for us, because I know when we used to go out a lot, what do we go? Gin or Captain?
Gin or Captain? See, that's tough. I mean, I'll probably say gin just because longevity. Because I don't really drink Captain anymore, so gin.
Gin. You know what? It kind of depends. I like gin in the summer because when we were down there in Cincinnati, it was hotter than hell. It still has in the summer. Or, the Captain was more my winter drink. What we got here? Tupac or Biggie? It goes quiet. It goes quiet.
I'm going to say Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac's always been my favorite.
But Biggie was more the lyricist. Tupac's just going to have something for all emotions, though. So I'm going Tupac.
Yeah, yep. Bigger catalog helps him.
Yep.
De Niro or Pacino?
Oh, man. I'm going to say, I'm saying De Niro.
All right, I'm going Pacino. Any given Sunday, we call for that inch.
That's why I was thinking
Fired up.
Pacino and Any Given Sunday. Like, he had me motivated in that speech. Had me motivated.
Well, you know what? They're both great. He, the Godfathers.
Right.
All right, Arnold versus Stallone.
I'm saying Stallone.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I'm going the big A, man.
Hey, Stallone, better actor. I never
You
liked
hate
Arnold
Rocky though. I can't believe you're going Stallone. You hate Rocky.
I don't hate Rocky. I just never watched it. I finally watched the Rocky, so I'm like, okay, I see it. No, I never watched Rambo, but I mean,
those are the only two movies he's done that anybody knows.
Hey, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think Kindergarten Cop.
Oh yeah, Kindergarten Cop's good. All right, I got you on that. Spice Girls are in sync.
I'm going Spice Girls.
Yeah, I'll go there. I'll go there.
Got to. Now, hey, in sync. I'm a Timberlake fan. I mean, he was in sync, but I'm going Spice Girls.
Okay, there we go. There's our this or that Terrell edition, figuring it out for you. So, I got one more for you. Cowboys, Eagles, Monday Night Football. Which way you going? In Big D. Big D is 3.5-point favorites as of this morning.
I think I'm gonna go Cowboys. I think their defense has improved enough, and their offensive firepower is crazy. Even though Philly's defense is solid, I think Dak's still going to throw for over 300 yards. I don't think Zeke's going to run for over 100 yards, but I think Dak's going to throw the ball around. And,
I think the Eagles got a real coach. I think their defense has improved, and my boy Jalen Hurts is going to make me right. He's going to be the man. It's going to be his coming out party on Monday night in Big D when everybody's
quarterback. He's my fantasy quarterback. I want him to go off. He's my fantasy quarterback, so let's see what's good.
You know what? It's because then Jalen Hurts will get noticed by all the Cowboys fans. Because the one thing that is a recurring thing about Cowboys fans, they're a unique fan base because there's a lot of them. None of them actually watch the games. They just wear the clothes and say they're Cowboys fans and know nothing about football. Everywhere I go in this country, going to watch football on Sunday, and there's a Cowboys fan sitting there pretending like he cares about what happens in the game, right? Are they the biggest fraud fan base? You know why I like our show? We had to do our own show because I'm tired of every show talking about the Cowboys because nobody cares. When are they going to realize nobody cares, right? They talk about the Cowboys as much as LeBron, right? It's because people either hate them or don't like them. You know what I mean? So maybe we should talk about the Cowboys, but I can't do it. I can't stomach it. So that's all I got.
Not today. What we are going to talk about here is get real with Dane. We got Akron football. Dane, what you got, man?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I am in a foul mood today because, you know what? After seeing that Ohio State game, I love the Zips, right? I grew up in Akron. I love the Zips. You suck. Like, what is going on? It's an embarrassment. It has been forever. Bowden ball didn't work. You got that beautiful stadium downtown Akron that just used to be trash when I was growing up, right? Nothing there. You got a fantastic facilities. You're in an area of the country that is a football area with little competition for players, right? You don't need to get the players that Ohio State has, right? You just need to get the players below that level. You don't even need to get the players necessarily that Minnesota and Rutgers get, right? To win the MAC, right? You got to get players that can play. Might be a little shorter, might be a step slower, right? And you're right there. There is enough players in Northeast Ohio to field a better squad than that garbage you're putting on the field right now. It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Pretty bad.
Zips suck, right?
Hey, bring it back. I'll have the sign next time up. Fear the Roo. I want to fear the Roo again.
There ain't nobody fearing the Roo. Nobody. You know what? Penn State's right down. Now, Penn State, I think it's like 8 miles down the road. It's not in the city of Akron, like right down 224, whatever it is, right? And they've been pretty competitive. They got a pretty good coach, and their facilities and stadium isn't nothing like Akron's.
True.
All right. So you got the city of Cleveland, right? What's the college in Cleveland? Cleveland State. They don't even play football. How the hell do you not get any players at the Akron? Let's see the record. Let's pull this up. We got to go over the Akron record here. All right, last year, 1-5, 5th in the East. 2019, 0-12, 6th in the East, 0-8 in the MAC, of course. Terry Bowden's last year, 4-8, tied for 4th in the East. 2017, Bowden, 7-7. 2016, 5-7. 2015, 8-5. How about that? And a famous Idaho Potato Bowl visit. I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
2014, 5-7. 2013, 5-7. 2012, 1-11. 2011, 1-11. 2010, 1-11. 2009, 3-9. Yo, how long's Akron been playing football? Let me go to the bottom here. 1891, no coach, 1-3. What is going on? What? Someone, you know what? I don't want somebody to just save the hospitality industry. I'm desperate. I want somebody to save Akron football. It is disgusting that the people of Akron have to see that kind of football.
Well,
right?
That's what the coach there is trying to do. He's from Cleveland. He went to St. Ignatius. That's like football royalty in Ohio.
Yo, yeah, MAC schools are competitive. Bowling Green just beat Minnesota. That boat, there ain't no more rowing the boat anymore. That boat's down in Davy Jones' locker because it's over in Minnesota. Done. There ain't no more rowing the boat. But Akron, you suck, dude. Fix it. You have the facilities and everything. I know this coach, it's only his second year, but come on, man. Fix it. Get real. That's my get real with Akron. It's almost as bad. And, you know, I can't quit without getting a Kevin Love reference in here because obviously it's media day for the Cavs. Why is he still on the team? Let's get that Ben Simmons deal done. Let's get that Ben Simmons deal done. That's all I got for Get Real. Akron football,
we'll talk about that later. He can't shoot. We'll talk about that later, though.
All right, Akron football.
Love can shoot.
Yeah, Akron football, you suck. Fix it. Go ahead.
All right, that's Dan. Let's Get Real with Dan. Akron football, you heard him. Fix it ASAP. Now I'm talking Messin With Money with Rell. Today we have your boy, Kyrie Irving.
Oh, I love talking Kyrie Irving. Tell me what you got.
He is an anti-vaxxer, which is fine. I'm not mad about that. He also has conspiracy theories that there's microchips in the vaccines, the coronavirus vaccines. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know who his sources are. If he has like secret, extra secret sources that are out there that can tell him this stuff or whatever. Either way, he's talking about sitting out games this coming NBA season. To put that in perspective, Kyrie Irving's salary is $34,122,650 for the 2021-2022 season. That's just for a season. That's two commas, one season. He will lose $428,000 per game that he sits out.
Well, you know what? Maybe the Brooklyn Nets will just let him take personal time for the whole season again this year. How about that? Just pay him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm saying out of that. Either way, that's messing your money because I don't care who you are. That's a lot of money. I mean, obviously, none of us are going to see that kind of money like that. At least not the typical everyday Joe that's out there. That's what happened. And so, I mean, it's one thing to sit out because you don't believe in getting vaccinated. All right, your personal beliefs, I get it. I respect it, whatever. But to have the conspiracy theories and put it all out there, this is the same guy that said that the earth was flat.
Yep.
Like, it's hard to keep credibility in somebody when they're saying the earth is flat.
You know what? Dan Gilbert of the Cavs, since he's got a lot of money, should offer to put Kyrie Irving on a boat, let him sail around the earth to prove to him it's round. I was thinking that. Well, be a good experiment, Let him go.
It would be interesting.
Yeah,
It would be interesting. I mean, he stepped back from that theory saying the earth was flat. He stepped back from it. But it's the fact that he just put out there in the first place. It's just hard. It's hard. This conspiracy theory. Hopefully no one believes him on that. Like I said, if it's his belief that he doesn't want to get vaccinated because he's worried about the after effects or whatever long term, I get that. I respect that. I understand that. NBA, their business, they have their mandates. If he doesn't want to fall in line with that, that's fine. It's his choice. Either way, it's still messing with money, whatever his beliefs are, because $34 million annually is a lot of money. $34 million over a 10-year period. That's a lot of money. I would take it. I would figure something out because I wouldn't want to lose out on that money. But I'm not him. He's not me. So that's what it is. That's messing with your money. And Kyrie Irving is definitely messing with his money, regardless of his beliefs. It is what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. You know what I mean? Like, he's been working the system, seeing how much he can get away with for a while now. We'll see what happens.
Right. So on that note, bringing the show to a close. Dane, we're having good times. Like I say, you can reach me on Twitter at franchise1122. You reach Dane at D DeMayo. We're out there on Facebook, always relevant. Just type in at always relevant. That's ALWISRELLEVENT. We're out there on Instagram as far as that as well. Same thing on Twitter. Like I said before, we're out there on YouTube as well. Hey, Google always relevant. ALWIS, and then Rell, RELL, then even EVENT, and type it in YouTube. You'll find it. Find our episodes out there. We post them every week. People apparently like watching us out there for some reason. I don't know if it's just our charming faces or what. I don't get it. But if you want to watch us, that's fine. That's where we'll be. If not, we're all on multiple platforms. Wherever you listen to your podcast, find us. Apple, Google, doesn't matter. We're out there. So check us out, see what's good. Dane, got anything else to add?
Yeah, I'm gonna go cook for the first time in 15 years because I can't get served food anywhere else. So
if you know Dane, he's not a fan of cooking. He rather just
all these years of working hard so I could afford to eat out every night is going to crap. So, that's all I got, everyone. I'll see you.
Sounds good. Yeah, see y'all. Have a good one. Later.